Wow, it is really ugly in here now, but my God, it is much warmer. You know, I could probably do like a really detailed taping job under the blinds and make it smaller, but it's already up now, and ain't nobody got time for that. Come on, man. Man, step one to happiness, get plenty of sleep, and go to sleep early. That is good stuff. Man, make no mistake though, it is still very cold in here. See, on days where I teach classes, I have to be very careful about when I eat, because if I don't time my meals right, when it comes time to teach a class, I'm full of food and it's terrible, or I have no energy because I've eaten too long ago. I think I've timed it perfectly today. Let's eat and watch Voyager. Voyager is fantastic so far. Voyager, son! Man, I'm really gonna be in trouble though once Voyager ends, because I've seen Enterprise like more as a conscious human being, and man, some of that acting is not so good. Okay, I think I'm all ready for my class tonight. It's 2:30, class starts at 6:15. I think my food timing is still on track, which is good. Good start, good day, etc. All right, I guess, well, first things first, let's actually get ready for the class. Take a quick shower, partly because I'm freezing, partly because I gotta not smell terrible before class. Perfect timing. There is a new My Life in Gaming episode. I've mentioned it before, but My Life in Gaming is my favorite YouTube channel by a country mile. Every time they release an episode, it's just like the most joyous occasion. It's class time. Body's ready, music's ready. The temperature is just above freezing, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. It is mildly drizzling. Nothing else to report on, sir. This is what is known as miserable weather. Raining, almost freezing cold, just terrible. He is dinner time. And, obviously, Star Trek Voyager time. 'Cause you know it. Dun, 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 dun. I've been inside so much the past few weeks because it's been so cold, and I just decided I had to go outside. It feels good to be outside though. I want to spend more time outside. I've been saying that for years on the vlog. I just don't know how to make it happen and still be able to do my job of working at a computer. I'm also noticing I need a haircut. Unfortunately, my haircutter, she's in the Caribbean right now. Look at the amount of wind that comes in from this window. You know what's become kind of a disturbing trend in my life is that I'm becoming more and more set in my ways and less flexible. And I wonder if that has anything to do with just brain development, and that when you're growing up, your brain is kind of constantly forming new connections and you're always learning new things. And then it kind of like, okay, now you've learned what you need to know. Let me crystallize it so you don't constantly have to like work at relearning something all the time. But then I also wonder, is this just me becoming like a crotchety old person and I need to constantly work at keeping my mind open? And not like so open that you just get swayed by anything, because I feel like that's how I've been most of my life, but open enough to where I'm not so rigid and everything. The reason I even bring it up is because I was listening to the Resonant Arc podcast. They used to be called the Dark Pixel Podcast. They have a YouTube channel, they're great. But the host, Mike, was talking about how more and more these days, he just wants to play the games that he's grown up with and play those over and over. And I'm like, man, I kind of feel the same way. And I'll still play new games all the time. I am not somebody who says that games were better in the old days. I think games were different in the old days, but they each had their strengths and weaknesses. And you know, I've replayed all the Final Fantasy games like how many times, but when it comes down to it, like I always want to replay them. Like I'm like, oh, I should give like Skies of Arcadia Legends a try. Like I've had that for a while and I still haven't really played it. And I'm like, well, I'd kind of rather just replay Final Fantasy X again. Which I'm sure Square would be more than happy to sell it to me for a 4th time. Well, technically 5th time, because I actually own it for PC as well. But man, I just love Final Fantasy X. It's just such a great game. It's like, it tells like a nice story. The gameplay systems are very straightforward and like easy to understand, but very fun and like they got the depth. So I don't know. I mean, what has your experience been with getting older? Because I don't really like that I'm becoming more crystallized. I want to be able to see everything for what it's actually worth and not look at it from my frame of nostalgia and frame of like, oh, this is the way I think it should be, instead of looking at the way like it could be, or even the way that maybe this way is better, you know? There's a certain story I've told before. I'm not sure I've told it before on the vlog, but the particulars of the story don't really matter, but it has to do with going to the bathroom and then what you do after you go to the bathroom. And I was doing it wrong for 25 years of my life. No, 24. And when somebody told me the correct way, it was Andrew actually, my first thought was to defend the way I did it. And then just when I heard the explanation, I was like, oh my God, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. I don't want that to be the case with all the things that I believe. I don't want to believe something or do something and just stick with it to like save myself the embarrassment. Like, oh no, I've been meaning to do it this whole way and I know it's the right way. I don't want to be one of those people. That's like my only fear. Anyways, thank you very much for watching today's vlog. As always, I will see you at some point in the future. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's vlog. Thank you very much for watching. As always, whether it be tomorrow or sometime in the future, mess that up. I don't know if I've ever said it on a vlog before, but there is a story about wiping your butt. Okay, hold on. How am I gonna phrase this?